Welcome everybody back for the Season 1 1.0 of TimberBorn, starting this straight after the last episode as I am currently re-addicted to this game. Been a long time since I played it, as I mentioned in the previous episode. Obviously don't know how you guys enjoyed that, but hopefully you enjoyed the fact I'm playing this game again. And yeah, let's jump straight into this. Right, so we want to re-dam an area over here, ideally. And I think we want to do it at the sort of last point it can be dammed. So let's get that process started as well. Obviously this is going to take a long time to get over there. I am slightly worried about the fact that everything's going a little bit brown with the bad water situation. But other than that, everything's fine. Right, so let's go ahead and I want this side to be done first. No, I don't actually. I want this side to be done first because this side being dammed is the reason why the other side is not damming up. Right, now let's get this side in first. This obviously will open up a bunch of space down here nonetheless. So obviously they're going to take a while to get down there. This is obviously the bad water that's opened up, and I don't really know how I'm supposed to divert it really. It's going this way, which is what's making it come to us. So putting a levee in here is probably the best case to send it, keep sending it this way. But for now it's okay. And then it goes underground somewhere and then comes out somewhere else. Alright, let's actually figure out where that goes. I think it must go there. Yeah, so it goes under here and out. Cool. Funny enough, right above where this is. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Right. So that's going to get built up now over time. This guy's got enough to do, so there's no point you being there. These guys can start working again. And then water's good for now, I think. What's that? Those are basically full. We're building planks as well, which is good. Kind of annoying that we can't utilize the water wheel really too much on this map because there's no flowing water. But nothing like a challenge to welcome us back into TimberBorn. Now, the plan for today's episode is obviously to get this dam in and this dam in over here, and this one in over here. This one is actually almost completed, even though I'm trying to get them to come down here. But obviously they're waiting for planks and stuff. I think they are naturally going to do the ones that are considered to be closer. That should dam up this whole area, so then when it's windy, it will send power down and get this all done nicely. Obviously we're in a drought, so this isn't going to work. If I remove this... Alright, so that's going to drill in. But then I have my own... I can have my own drills, which look similar. But these are going to be better, but they need power, and this one doesn't need power, or does need power. Just not as much power. Alright, so that dam's there, that dam is almost in there as well. We're looking good for logs and planks and stuff as well. They're not building that, which is good. We've got 3 beavers free, so let's chuck it in there, and there, and there. Get some water pumpers going. Yeah, I really would quite like to have this going. It would be good. to have that going. And obviously while this is flowing, it's going to power itself to an extent. So I think that's what we need to look at doing. Currently it's powered by wind, which is good enough, but would be better. I'm actually going to take one person from here, and that will put someone in there. Berries are good for now, so we'll get someone out of there and run them in a building situation. Prioritised by haulers. I think that's a bit pointless, to be fair. But they're getting here with this. They are getting there with that. This one's obviously... I prioritise that the same. Hopefully they go to both. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. And then we got vertical power shafts, clutch, which obviously then disengages and re-engages power systems. Obviously are way better. Wind turbine, this is obviously leaking water, which is why it's not like it's leaking water down here. So obviously why it's not doing anything right now. So once again, I will see you guys once this dam and this dam is completed, and then I can process what the next move is going to be. Nothing in range. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, let's process what's next. Now, of course, we do have another bad water source that's planning on opening up, which is here, which will feed back into this. Not so good. But let's see what happens. And a short while later, the dams have now been all constructed. Sorry about the nighttime stuff, but this is now filling up nicely, and so is this. Obviously, it's now staying nice and full as well. A little bit worried about the droughts and stuff, but obviously when the wind dies down, it stops completely. It's kind of the negative of this system and how the system actually operates and works. But I can't put a staircase in. What does that button do? That's now going again. Not very fast, I admit, but... Oh yeah, I need to put somebody in there. We're not going to have any wood. Oh, he's replanting stuff that whole time. And that bad water's opening in 3 days. Oh no. I also didn't work out what my next plan of action was. My next plan of action was to put more power to this. And maybe get that. Right, let's delete this path because it's not actually needed. Demolish buildings and resources. Why can't I select that? Right, so that gets me over there. That's ugly. Oh, now I can't path it, so there's no point. Literally no point doing what I'm doing. This is now going to overflow at some point, hopefully, soon. What am I going to do? Let's go this way. There we go, plan B, whack at that side. Then we can get a lumberjack up there as well. He can go ahead and clear all these trees out. Might as well utilise the wood and stuff, so he'll be good. He can do that. Let's whack this in green. Get them all going. Is this overflowing yet? Not quite. Is this overflowing yet? No. There shouldn't be any water leaks. If there was, the rest of the map would be green. Yeah, it's flowing now. So that connects into there. That's obviously dammed up there, which is good. And then this whole area down here will then start filling up. Now this area is nice and green, but then this is going to cause an issue at some point soon. So, right. I have an idea for that. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in time before it actually overflows. We also need to look at upgrading the beaver houses. So unlock a triple lodge and chuck one there and one there. Give them staircase each. So this is going to massively increase our population by 18, I believe. Yes. And then slowly we can replace these. Once these get built, these guys can move in there, so on and so forth. They'll get built up. We should now have a... We shouldn't really have an issue with logs anymore, because these guys are now planting. Just going to make sure they've got some planting stuff to do. Let's actually get them to plant the birch first. Put some more birch in here. Like so. So this obviously works only when there's wind. But that's okay, because it's just going to fill up all of this stuff as well. This is nice and green now as well. We can get plenty of logs over here if we need it. We've got plenty of planks and stuff. So what I'm going to do is start preparing the thing I was talking about a moment ago. So what I'm going to do is get my way up here. Again, this is like a silly, like, weird, like, kind of mega project to kind of be thinking about right now, but oh no. So something like that. That gets us all the way up here, and then we can unlock the levee, which obviously is rather expensive, and then what we can do is levy that all up. And what that will do is simply stop the water from coming this way. It'll build up and go this way. And hopefully out the map. Oh no. Actually, this will just fill up and then drain off, I guess. I hope that's what that does. But yeah, it's affecting the water. Some of it is nice, some of it's not so nice anymore. But we got expansion stuff over there anyway, and the progress is still pretty good. It would be nice if we could have like an engine or something, but not gonna happen, unfortunately. And these guys have gravity batteries and the thermo generators, which we can potentially unlock soon-ish. Alright, we need to prioritise this. They're all in now, so we're going to get loads and loads and loads of beavers, which will be good. The log situation is really quite dire, so let's go ahead and pop a path across here. I really hope that they don't get sick by, you know, like crossing the water. Would be quite annoying if they got sick by doing that. But once that's built, we can do this. Nobody's in there, obviously, but we can now drop a worker in here. Drop 2 workers in there, actually. Somebody goes in there, gives 2 beavers free. We can put another one in here. And that's good as well. We actually demolish this one. Like so. We could get up there to get that 200 science. Could be useful, to be honest with you. And I've never done that before. That's a good task for today's episode. Yeah, so the dams are now obviously not overflowing. And I do need to put one here, so that this retains the water. And obviously, big plan is this today. But logs will get taken from here, which would be good, and we got plenty of logs now. Good, and then these will grow. And we'll get even more logs, and then there's more babies coming, because these ones are big lodges. I actually think that we can probably demolish, like, probably like that many. And then replace and repath. Where's my select button? And then obviously that's going to be, that's 18, that's 27, and that's 36 beavers, plus these 2. Don't really need those 2 actually anymore. So, that'd be good. It's good of all that. Let's demolish this as well. Absolutely no idea what that's going to give me, except 200 science, which would be quite good. We almost have enough science to go ahead and unlock something else. We haven't really got that many beavers at the moment. Obviously we're getting like 30, the ability to have 36 in a moment. And obviously we got plenty of wood up here that we can have access to if we need it desperately. This is actually still kind of stressing me out a little bit. We haven't even started on this stuff over here. Ah, it's not connected. That's why. Good. That's probably why. Prioritize this, please. What are they prioritizing? I want to prioritize this. Oh, that's going to be easy to get rid of. That's correct. There's nothing to do in range, sir. It's okay. As that's the only thing that they're doing, let's put this path in. When we get the zip lines and stuff, it'll be easier to get around. It's not really what I'm really worried about in the moment. Nor am I worried about that drought, to be honest with you. Should have enough water. Obviously, the other thing that would be quite good. So what are these? Sends manually controlled signal to something. This one sends local operations and input signals. This is a flow sensor which measures the water flow below its arm. This one is the depth below it, measures the water's depth. Below its arm, with the depth below its arm. They're not the same thing. Oh, this one's depth. So it measures the percentage of contamination. That one sends a signal based on time of day, weather. Monitors power and a network perimeters. Yeah, okay, I got a friend. I didn't even know I had a friend. Resource counter, okay. Science counter, indicator. Light alerting capabilities, makes noise. I don't really understand what that's for. Shoots out fireworks. Arms dynamite underneath it, okay. Okay. Changes the host state that responds to a specific thing. HTTP level, control level. The humans left a lot of those lying around. Turns into an input signal, endpoint, and webhook calls, whatever that means. Don't ask me, I don't know. Interesting. Let me know in the comments down below what all those sort of automation stuff is, and especially what this one is at the end, and this one here. Obviously, it's something to do with like Wi-Fi to some extent. We need to get this going, but logs are going to be an issue for a little while. We need to put somebody else in here as well. And that understaffs building. We know we needed that building. We don't need that many staff in there because we got to fill the carrots and stuff, but we need to... Let's unlock this, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be rather expensive. Oh, it's actually not that expensive. Ooh. Right, what's the closest geothermal thing to this? I think it is the one that's over here, which is kind of annoying, but not at the same time. These one, this one, that one, that one, that one, and that one are not the same. That's going to be real loud for everybody involved with that. At least I get to do with my amazing power system networks. Right. Let's figure out how we're going to do this. So that takes it down to there. Brings it to there. So unlock that. That takes it to here. Back down. And then obviously we're heading up to here. So let's go this way. And then obviously we're going to have to well, that one actually doesn't need to go anywhere. So yeah, these little path things do look quite ugly. They do serve a purpose. I just don't realise that I've done that like one block off. So all of these can be cancelled. And then we can put that in there. And then we can put more trees in. More pines. And the drought has ended. We were fine for water and stuff for now. Unfortunately, these did run out of water. Right, what are we struggling for? We got loads of planks. Already sent that off now. Which obviously frees us up a lot of people. Put some more people in here. And where can we put these people? So we need something down here. I think builders are good. And then we can build more builders huts by unlocking the builder's hut itself, which we can now place there. But let's actually high prioritize that, because that's really helpful. That'll get all this built real fast. Let's also unlock the vertical power shaft. Hopefully this doesn't need gears. It needs gears. Right. Gets that to there. Gets that to there. Gets that to there. And then we can obviously do a bit of that. And then there's a vertical all the way up to there. We can also leave the windmill in if we want to. But that's all that built. Is it pretty pointless until we can actually get it built? Yes. Is it actually going to be useful? Yet to be decided, really, isn't it? This goes nice and dark when obviously all the waters turns off. This is being built over here, which is going to be lovely when that's done. We got another bad water source that's opening soon. Hopefully that doesn't really affect us too much. But yeah, lots of building to do. So I'll be back once all of it is built. We should be able to build it anyway. I am... Gear workshop is going to be the issue. So, yeah. For now, temporary gear workshop is going in. Oh, chance of injury. Right, temporary gear workshop is going around the back here. We got 5 workers that are free as well. There as well. I feel like I'm missing something that we really need right now. I don't know what it is. Food situation's good though, so that's okay. We got lots of planks, not too worried about that. Got lots of logs, not too worried about that. And so on and so forth. So I will see you once all this is constructed, and obviously gears will be underway. So I'll see you guys then. Okay guys, so it's been a very long time since I've pressed record again. I have now connected the geothermal engine, which has been constructed, over to my log lumber mill and my gear workshop that's been constructed. Now these will obviously operate and work basically all the time now. Currently don't have any planks, but they're going to get built up very quickly. Very quickly when this stuff is all constructed. We have plenty of wood to go around for now, but I have noticed something that's a really big problem. So this area over here obviously has an aquifer, but it also has another aquifer, but it also has a bad water source. Now the bad water source has flooded all of this area up here, which means that the bad water is now flowing down where all my clean water is flowing. So we've had to put an emergency plan into action, which is bring the path over here, demolish this and send the bad water in this general direction. There's also another bad water source, which is here, which will flow down here, cover this aquifer, and obviously when this then fills up, it will drain through this, and I don't know where that goes, if I'm completely honest with you, or how these things are going to work. So I have no idea how this works. Spews out. Oh, it spews out during a bad tide. Oh, that's going to be an issue at some point. Luckily, nothing in our general vicinity is that, but there is one here. It's going to cause problems. But yeah, I've got them to do this, basically. But they need planks quite desperately, and currently this is using all the planks. But this is constructing, and it's night time right now. I think I got all of my priorities pretty straight. Yeah, as soon as this gets built, the better, really. We've got plenty of builders, plenty of free beavers. It's just, food's looking good. Water's not so good, to be honest with you. So we should probably look at upgrading that to be one of these bigger ones. Do have the science. Plonk. Like 2 of them in like that. Don't worry, they'll get built up pretty quick. With all these gear workshops and stuff that we got going on. And now the planks are going to go a bit mental. But yeah, this is a high priority task. And we need all the beavers action planned on that as well, really. I'm not too worried about the water situation currently, but we need areas to make more food and stuff and get more green area. This area here overflowed and flooded, so that didn't end too well. So I had to like reinforce this area with the bad water, and it can escape and go down this way as well, but ideally we want to cap some of this stuff off. Ideally. And this is a bit pointless, so we can probably turn that off for right now, as it is pretty pointless with this whole bad tide coming this way. You can levy this off and send all the water that way, basically. It should solve our situation on that case, but this area still should be pretty protected from anything else water related. Plenty of logs and stuff as well, like I said. Might be worth actually putting in some more log storages in these areas up here. Basically where there's not much life, we can start collecting lots of logs. I understand I'm high prioritizing a lot of stuff, but these only take, they got lots of builders, so like, and not all the builders can be working on this, only one at a time really. But now these guys can start cutting more trees down, so then when we start running out of logs, we should be fine for the log situation. Which is good. We're now at this sort of thing here, but we do have a contaminated beaver still. Who's obviously now a zombie. Where'd he go? Oh, he's there. He actually can't do anything. Annoyingly. I'm not too sure what they can do. What can he do? He's contaminated. Movement speed is first, which refuses to work. No, well, that's fine, to be honest with you. Plenty of beavers willing to work, it's just I don't know how to decontaminate him. I'm not sure we can. There's nothing in the health and well-being section that allows that. Unless there's something in here. And this doesn't decontaminate people. This does. Okay, that does. How expensive is this going to be realistically? Alright, it's not that bad actually, but it does need dandelions. And now they're creating this again. As soon as this is built, this will get built at the same time. Oh no, they need water. I'm high prioritizing so much stuff right now. Not good in the slightest, really. Right, we need a hauling post as well. I'm actually going to put it up here. Hauling post is here. Shove him up here. It's out of the way, really. Get him high prioritized as well. Again, I'm high prioritizing so much stuff, which is not going to be a good thing in the end. But unfortunately, we didn't really get much done. We just created more problems for ourselves. We got the dams in, I guess, but then the dams are basically being... they're not being utilized, really, are they? I don't really want to collect bad water. It seems a bit pointless, really. We can use the bad water for... that's a good idea, actually. We can use the bad water for power. I think we can do that anyway. If we do it down here, it'd be better. Because we really need to, like, not make this bad water. This all needs to be clean water, ideally. Which is a bit pointless right now. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave today's episode here. I think I've caused more problems than I have solved anything, really. We got some dams in, we got some levees in. Hopefully in between episodes I can get this area in here all sorted. In fact, we can do that right now. Let's get these unpaused. And we got a bad tide approaching, which is exactly what we didn't want. Which comes in 2.9 days. Which is going to send bad water out of this area here. I do have a plan for that, but it's not something we can really do now. But hopefully it'll come out there and go that way. I don't know where the one that's over here is going to end up. I think it's just going to go this way, which is not a problem at the current moment in time. And that's going to be a problem. I think. Is that going to be a problem? It's going to be a problem if it overflows. I think that's the answer to that question. I don't know how fast this bad water's going to come. Right, we need to high prioritize this. Because that needs to go before this gets built. And that needs to be like secondary priority, but this needs to go like first, basically. And then we can get that out. I was really hoping there'd be more logs being collected, to be honest with you, but there's not. Actually being quite slow with it. Planks as well. Planks are a problem because we're building this massive thing to get to here to make sure this works all the time, basically. Apart from in droughts. Right, that's solved that problem. And now we can turn this back on. And then that will now operate and work, which will be good. But yeah. I'm going to be back once the bad tide starts, because I really want to know what that's like at this episode, and then we can leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger for this episode, and then join back in the next one to see how bad that ended up. Right then, so while I was waiting for some stuff to go, the bad tide came and went. It was a very short bad tide, so it wasn't too bad, but I did notice that we need a dam in here as well, and the water did flow out of here very, very, very fast, and it actually backed up and started flowing this way quite fast as well. So I'm going to put a dam in here. Hopefully that prevents it from doing that, but I really want it to go this way anyway, so it's not too bad of a thing anyway. But this has worked up here. This is now flowing all of the bad water this way, and we could probably put in some water wheels. We got the hauling post in now as well, so we can probably prioritize some of these with haulers, which will be good. Which means that the haulers will go and get the resources for them. Okay, bad water got into here somehow. I don't know how bad water got into there. We can't drink that water, or everyone's going to get sick. How did that happen? I wasn't paying enough attention. It must have come from here. I actually don't know where that just came from. Oh no. Oh no, we might actually die. Perfect time to end the episode. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time where hopefully this sorts itself out. But I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time.